Hello, hello. All right. Where? There we go. So, I am starting a new character. Just gonna go ahead and go for it. Um, I think I'm gonna do the Wretch because a lot of reasons, but also for the lulz. And I'm gonna choose the female body type so that I can see like how the armor looks different on. There's like weird differences I've found between the armors in the genders. So, uh, there we go. Strombolina. Uh, that shall be that shall be her name. I dub. Oh my gosh. Kind of ruined that, but yeah, I dubbed the Strombolina. Where? Uh, so I want to get. I'm gonna get the lands between rune because this is this is like the only item. This is the only way to get this item actually. You like it. I didn't know about this item for a very long time, but this is the only only variation of only way you can get this variation of this rune. God, excuse me. It's like you'd think I live in like the Dust Bowl or something. Uh, hmm. Maybe I'll be a Draconian or something. Night Folk. Kind of interesting. What's up, Two Hit Good? I think that might be the case with the soul item in the other games too. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I will choose the... Actually, maybe I should choose... Well, she's gross looking. That still with the young? That's not terrible, I guess. Nah, I'm gonna... Never mind. I'm gonna be a Night Folk. That looks cooler. Alright, yeah, so I'm going for kind of a, int faith build, but I'm probably still going to be doing melee stuff. So, I mean, I don't want to be like strength and dex and int and faith, but like, kinda.
Tell a story.
This is so quiet.
The great Elden Ring was shattered
Is he just quiet here?
in our home across the fog.
Golden Order build, you'll need min stats and dex and strength to use things, but I get what you're going for. Yeah, exactly. A Golden Order build, more or less, yeah.
Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found.
I can turn this up in just a second, too. This is...
Knives. Godwyn the Golden.
I just don't want to interrupt the cutscene because it's been a long time since I've seen this, actually.
Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad
Moog carrying
of their new
Mikola around like a wee babe.
triggered
Wee
the
bab.
shattering.
Fun fact, there are 2 unhatched eggs in the bottom left corner of that picture. Like there's a 1 hatched egg and 2 unhatched.
War from which
So
no lord arose. A war leading leading to abandonment by the greater will.
God, this is... Okay, after playing Dark Souls for a while, this is pretty
now,
cool.
Ye tarnished, ye dead, who yet live.
Okay, yeah, this part's just quiet.
The call of
Sounds like the volume's fine.
Speaks to us all.
Hung up and impaled the same way Marika is.
The ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Ofnir.
He's surrounded by imps and stuff. It's weird. It makes him look like... I've always wondered if Gideon maybe had some part in whatever civilization was involved with those imps. I've been looking into like the early points in the timeline recently.
Whom grace would again.
Wait,
bless.
what?
Tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog.
Honestly,
between.
This is the coolest glitch I've ever seen.
Before the Elden Ring.
Oh!
And become
My God.
the Elden Lord.
I feel like I'm being like blinded. Red, blue, 3D stereoscopic. See, yeah, no, it was just that one specific part. Like the rest of everything's fine. It's weird. It's like the red layer was like flipped specifically or something like that. Honestly, that was pretty cool. Felt weirdly like fitting. Like I almost thought I was seeing some weird alternate cutscene or something. This part has always kind of confused. Oh wait, let me make sure the I have my Freecam working. Yes. My rotation speed is a little high, but that's probably fine. Alright, I don't remember... God, it's been so long since I've actually... wonder if I can actually take this thing at level 1. Oh, that's right, I don't have any way to heal either. Yeah, so this is not gonna... It's fine. What's up, Garfield? We are finally playing Elden Ring again. I died. Can I be not died, please? Thank you. This close, yeah, this close to it, the maximum part of its health bar. So yeah, this is Torrent finding us. Melina doesn't choose us. Torrent does, and in fact, that's why Melina kind of tests us after. You can even kind of tell in like this conversation they have.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all.
What base template is this? This is the Nightkin.
One of her kind is sure to
The
seek
Silver People.
the Elden Ring.
Oh snap, did you pick the lanes between rune? I
Even
did.
if it does violate the
What's up, last
Golden
protagonist? I'm pretty sure that's like the one item that you can get, or that you can only get as a keepsake, right? (100% item completion run saved). Yes. Well, that would actually be interesting, because I would probably want to do an arcane build if I was going to do that, which would be kind of like interesting and fitting because I picked a Nightkin. Oh, I might pivot, but I don't know. Finally, I am so used to having it like that. Oh, also let me unequip it so I don't accidentally use it. What about no keepsake? Where do you find that in the game? Everywhere. Torrent finds the hero here, and here's the back half of a hero's grave. And yeah, you can actually sort of... Oh, right, no map. You can kind of see the beach where you probably washed up on and everything too. It's kind of interesting. You don't really need to worry about farming items until Malakath. That's true. And there's New Game Plus. You can find the hole you washed up. Right. I think there's like an Alabaster Lord or something like that nearby too. Alright, getting through here. Quick as we can. Just trying to get some early game runes. Unga bunga. Shields don't work if I just keep slamming this wooden mallet on them. There's also an item. Wait, what? Oh, he drops the Ash of War for Gravitas. Gravitas. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. It's the Halleck Drake Talisman. Oh wait, I like thinking about that Lord seeing you wash up on the beach, lifting you by the ankle and tossing you into the cave. Wretch is so fun as a starting class. Yeah, the stats on it, the Wretch's stats are kind of incredible. I can't believe that it's also like considered at level 1. But I'm sure that it factors into like my physical defense and stuff. I'm sure level... Whoa, my cat just made a weird freaking noise. Oh my god, yes. These... I love the statues. Okay. This is silly, man. Huh. I kind of feel like, and I guess this makes sense when I say this out loud, I kind of feel like playing all the other Dark Souls have made me a lot better at Elden Ring. I haven't played this game kind of like in a while. Hello, game? You. Strength. Wait, I forgot. What is the... Oh, what's right over here? No, I gotta keep rest. Jump for joy. Sure, I'll do strength. It's fun. Better tutorial boss than Gundyr. Yeah, thank you for immediately admitting that that was a lie, because that is a lie. Cave of knowledge lies below. Definitely Elden Ring is the summation of those games. Yeah, and like I can really like feel that now too. It'll be really weird playing through this game from beginning to end with all the Dark Souls stuff bouncing around in my brain now. And having to resist the urge to sit down at all those bonfires. I just called them bonfires. By the way, you still playing Dark Souls 3? I'm assuming that's what you're saying, Dark Souls 3? Yes, I will probably still be playing Dark Souls 3, like streaming it and stuff. I just kind of wanted to pick up Elden Ring again. You were like right at the point you could make it back to Nameless King. Yeah, I just kind of, you know, on Fridays I like to do stuff that's like different. So I was thinking maybe I'll just play Elden Ring on Friday for a little bit until I get to what feels like a stopping point with Dark Souls. Maybe. We'll see. I'm definitely not done with Dark Souls 3 though. I want to fight the Nameless King.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring?
Oh my.
Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
Hi, June.
Without guidance.
Were you attracted by
without
this
the strength of
douchebag?
runes, and without an invitation to the round table hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray.
Vare's my favorite creep.
Even the maidenless.
I love to like hate a lot of people in this game. I'll say that. Like, there's a lot of people in this game that I love to hate.
Are you
Like Gideon.
with grace?
I have a real like love-hate relationship with that guy. Like, you gotta respect the game of like gathering knowledge or whatever. But like, what a douchebag.
Pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance. Indeed, it will lead you, even if it leads you. Grace is the castle, the home of the.
So,
It's time you set off.
I have actually kind of wondered if, like, I think that there could possibly be a connection between Moog and Godric,
as you are.
because, I mean, I know that the grace is leading us to Godric, but it also feels like Vare is encouraging us to go check out. I guess I didn't need to do this.
It's time you to castle.
Yeah. It feels like Vare is encouraging us to go check out Godric, and if you think about it, there is a knight that a Godric knight, I think, that knows blood tax. It has some like blood skill that item description says is like specifically like a blood oath. Oh god. Let me come back. My question is, how does Vari know to find you there? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. It's not like I for some reason I assumed that like a lot of Tarnished were like showing up there and kind of passing through that area, but maybe not then. But he could be going around and talking to, like, finding various Tarnished, I guess. Canonly, he might not just be, like, standing there, you know? He might just have been passing by or something. Because his goal is to, like, gather blood, I guess. Vari's trying to indoctrinate you. He probably indoctrinated that night as well. I mean, I think that he definitely is trying to, like, be kind to us. He has his item description, his weapons description says something about, like, how he seems to be nice, but, like, has motives. Crafting kit, I think, right? I don't need...
Goodbye.
Probably don't need a flask. Or the knowledge about the flask. Maybe I guess a lot of Tarnished get killed by the Scion and dumped into the waters. Yeah, I mean, I guess I would prefer to think of it like he's just sort of moving throughout the lands between, and we happen to come upon him. I don't think he's, like, waiting there for Tarnished, necessarily. None of the NPCs are just sort of, like, you know, walking and then you find them. It's kind of hard to, like, depict that they are, like, wandering when they are, like, waiting in one place. Okay, I guess I will... I'm gonna go for Melina, because I would like... I guess, okay, I'm gonna get the map fragment first. Then I would like to be able to level up. I'm just kind of quirky that way. Assuming the Tarnished washed into there on high tide, which would be a really cool fate thing, considering tides are controlled by... Oh, you know, I hadn't thought of that. I love that. And that makes a lot of sense, I think. That, like, checks out with some stuff. I mean, I think that the moons are a big deal, like, bigger than they seem. I think that they have a really close relationship with, like, death. Like, in general. All kinds of death. Notably, Godric does not compel loyalty, so one of his knights turning coat and serving the Lord of Blood in secret isn't too surprising. Right, but I was wondering if maybe they have some, like, agreement. There's something that says, like... It's one of the monuments. It's the one to the Siege of Castle Morn. It says, like, the squalid, the sick, and... Squalid, the sick,
Greetings,
and the blasphemous.
traveler
Obviously, blasphemous
from
is
beyond
Rykard.
the fog.
But I
I
feel
am
like
Melina.
the other two people it's describing might be a sovereign alliance that is described in another monument. That the first siege of Castle, or of
I
Lindell,
offer you an accord.
which I believe happened right after the Siege of Morn.
Have
For
you heard
all
of
kinds
the
of
Finger
reasons I have.
Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished.
Assault on Volcano
But
Manor.
you,
The
I am afraid,
squalid, the sick, the blasphemous, a
leading
wretched,
this.
unending war with no glory.
I can
Right,
play
so
the
it's
role
not
of
necessarily... Those three are not
turning
necessarily
runes into strength
the Sovereign Alliance, but I have
to aid
thought
you
that the
in your
squalid
search for the Elden Ring.
could be Godric, or
You need only take me with you
something like that. I mean,
to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's set.
Forgot how I like
Summon
worked
me
Moog into
by
that.
grace.
I'm not sure if that's actually
To turn
related to my
runes
thoughts on
into
Moog and
strength.
Godric now that I'm reading it.
Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring.
Because Godric and Moog both seem like people that I would think are the Squalid. I would assume the Sick is Melania.
Use it to traverse great distance. It will summon a spectral steed. Torrent has chosen you.
She even says Torrent has chosen you.
Treat him with respect.
And then later on she says, like, you know, I doubted Torrent or something like that, but I've been testing you and I'm sorry. She said Torrent had your measure from the start.
Shall I turn you? Let my hand rest upon
The Sick could be referring to the Mirai family.
For but a moment.
Which, I mean, would
Share them
probably,
with me.
I think, still be Melania. I mean, I think Melania would be able to tell them what to do. I'm of the opinion that she basically had the head of the Mirai household wrapped around her little finger, and it led to their downfall. It sounds like he's, like, obsessed with her or something. Squalid may be the Albinorics. That is true. There are a lot of Albinorics in that area, and Rykard hates them. That sound was my cat, like, jumping off of a table. It was so loud. Some nice goodies. Were all sickly born and seem to have been allied to the Volcano Manor. Well, it's hard to tell if they were allied to the Volcano Manor. I'm not sure if the Mirai family was allied with them. It seems like they were definitely allied with Melania, since they have, like, a room in their household that's, like, dedicated to, just a bunch of gear, like, for her, like a bunch of spare parts and stuff. I'm even kind of the opinion that, like, they are the descendants of the Blue Dancer or something, maybe, but I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. Like, I'm wondering if maybe, you know, since his combat style is to allow himself to be hit, so that he can land, like, a good strike, you know, not ideal against something like maybe like a scorpion or, like, something poisonous. So I'm wondering if maybe, like, he survived, but it, like, did something to, like, his whole family, like, forever. But obviously there's a lot of, like, sort of, ooh, it'd be cool if this, like, going on there. Speculation. To use my words. Awesome. Alright, let's see what's down here. Storm Stomp. Ooh, and the Whetstone Knife. That's awesome. Malay Mirai seems to be going against his house by worshipping Melania, namely the ghostly apparition in the Shaded Castle. So, the ghostly apparition seems like, you know, I think that the people of the castle disagreed with his choice to do this, but, like, well, I guess... Oh, God. I don't know if he was going against the rest of his house, per se. Well, because I don't remember which one of them says, like, So, the thing that really gets me is that they have this the what's that blade called? It's like an ant stinger, and ants are only found underground, and they have like white hair, like the Nox. Hold on, it's just trying to. More. Oh. Okay. So right, I think that the person in the shaded castle is not necessarily like a royal person as much as just like, I don't remember what they look like. They might have been a noble. My opinion was that, or I guess my impression was that the heads of the Mirai family have always been obsessed with like the legend of like Rot. But maybe I am misremembering that. Let me turn down sound effects just a little bit. That's better. We'll reevaluate when we get to that area. Totally. Okay, I think we got what we needed from here. Let's... let's go talk to Bach while we're here, and then I can go and get the spirit summoning bell from Ronnie. I thought it was the... Oh my god, I thought it was the Kaiden warrior saying like, "Oi!" That confused the hell out of me. BRB got a fight. Good luck. Did I have any items that would... Oh, I wanted to see what the... Increase attack power while active, strong attacks change to... Okay. Let's, do our little roar. Oh my god. Yikes. Okay. So that probably would have been cool if I'd actually managed to hit with it. Nice. Alright. Alright, so Bach should be...
Stop pretending you can't see me.
That thing, I think?
What?
Yeah.
What you... Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back.
Demi-humans are weird.
Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really.
So what is he... He's wearing like a unique set, right? His tail is... He looks a lot like Beastmen. I'm kind of the opinion that... Well, I don't know. What is that belt? I have 6?
Oh, when they threw me out, so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me. Or I could, then I'd... Right, my knees start knocking. Just thinking
He's
about
not
that
wearing a
god-awful
skirt.
cave, the
He's
shore.
literally just wearing a belt to hold that pouch of, I assume, thread and sewing materials.
Right, but
The
I'll
dude,
need a
he's
moment.
wearing like
I'm
a
frightened.
poncho
I think.
only.
So I have to gather myself.
Okay, does he have...
Right,
Cool. I love that this is not one of those games that makes you unlock fast traveling between places.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word? A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed.
Is the
And upon
sun
looking
normally
into the
visible here?
matter, the talk, I surmise, is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no?
Sorry,
To
the
call
sun.
forth the
I
spectral
just called the
steed
moon the
named
sun.
Torment.
That's like... Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Ah, as I had hoped. I was entrusted this for thee, by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erd Tree, the spirits will obey thine command but
From
briefly.
ash,
As they
unreturns
recall
to the
battles
Erd Tree.
past, now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest.
That's interesting. So, maybe they were burned into ash with the intention of burying them in the Erd, burying that, or spreading the ash at the Erd tree's roots or something, and then they didn't, and so they have spirit ashes are taking advantage of this like yearning to reach the Erd tree, maybe to not return to the Erd tree because it's not from Erd tree culture. Well, there
Forgive
are
me.
like a lot of... It's kind of hard to explain because it does seem like there are Erd tree
This tiny
catacombs in
golden
places
aura
that
is
wouldn't
the
have
grace of the Erd Tree.
had Erd
This
tree
light,
culture. I'm of the
once
opinion
shone
that
in the eyes of your tarnished
there
brethren,
was
but now
a tree
it is
before the
all
Erd
that
tree,
guides you.
possibly the
Or
Great
so I
Tree,
hear.
and
You can see them, can't you?
the
The
catacombs
rays
were
of
built
grace
around
that
the
guide
roots
you through your
of like
burden.
some past culture. Whoever made the imps and the golems and the Erd tree burial watchdogs, I think that they were also associated with like the Great Tree, a previous tree.
Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shardbearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment. If the rays of grace signal the cast, then the Elden Ring, as an ally by pact, I pray that you to face the challenge. Upon the cliff, a
Okay.
demigod. If the rays and the Elden, as an ally, pray that to face the
Blah 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 blah.
Shall I let my share them with me?
Oh, I forgot I can... Oh, I don't have anything.
Wait, well, you're back. I am of selling wares. The land has been, it's only tarnished. Like, let's say you're a very welcome customer.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he has so much more stuff that I want.
Goodbye.
Because yeah, there's also a lot of ashes that are like, they seem like they wouldn't... I think that like all life has all life in the Golden Order, when it dies, I think is supposed to have an urge to return to the Erd Tree. because there is a spirit around here. There's a spirit around here somewhere that says that those who live in death are refusing the call of the Erd Tree. Or it's like more over here, Death-Touched Catacombs or something, I think is where he's outside. So, I mean, I think that, like, under the Golden Order, life has an urge to return to the Erd Tree when it dies. Or those who live in death, whatever. Or not those who live in death, but the dead, quote-unquote. So I'm thinking that ashes of people intended for Erd Tree burial were not totally sure yet. Law of regression. Oh, very possibly, yeah. Like desiring to like return to, because it's also called like well, I don't know, something of all life, anchor of all life, anchor of all worlds. I think actually. Wellspring of all life, maybe. She just came out of the wall.
Me?
Me?
I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Erd Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I've acted the Finger Maiden. I am no maiden.
That's chill. As long as you can level me up. Proper a proper death means returning to the urge. Wait, whoa. Have patience until the time comes and the roots call to you. Okay, so thank you, little ghost buddy. Oh god, oh my god. Alright, all's good. Surprised you survived that? Me too. I think that putting that one extra point into Vigor is actually the only thing that got me through that, so I feel good about that decision. Alright. Fireball. Jesus. The extra point always makes a difference, for real, especially when it means, like, leveling up and getting, like, just a little bit more defense from... That was terrifying. I hope we get to meet Prattling Pate in the DLC. Oh yeah, I forgot that the voices are usually, like, technically from a person. Do you normally meet the voice of whoever in... Or I guess I don't know how many other games those kinds of things showed up in. Well, they're in Dark Souls 1, so I assume, like, all of them. Oh, only in Dark Souls 1? That's funny. But why are you just chilling there? Am I supposed to jump down here? I will wait to do that. Okay, that's not bad. Wow. We know who made one of them. Oh yeah, Box Mother. Or someone that sounds like Box Mother, at least, I guess. Wasn't there a guy down here? I'm very suspicious. But I guess, as long as I don't die up there, I'm probably fine, because I can just get the runes pretty easily. What kind of demi-human do you think Prattling Pate would be? I mean, it's hard to tell because, like, I don't even know why there are different types of demi-humans in the first place. Like, if they're all demi-humans, then it's... why are they turning into different creatures? But, like, not just, like, random creatures, it's, like, one of, like, 3 types. It's not like, chaotic, you know, de-evolution or whatever. Could unironically be because of being granted intelligence by the greater will. I really think that is there's something along those lines going on because of the fact that they get all feral when it comes to like the moon coming out. And it seems like there's something draining their intelligence at night, or something affecting their intelligence at night in a negative way. I mean, well, everything's intelligence has been draining. But yeah, I guess that could be making them less civilized, quote-unquote. Returning them to their beast-like state. Just wondering if I had any armor yet. They seem to all kind of be canid variants. I mean, I would agree with you, but there are some that kind of seem like they might be like lions. Oh god. Well, and some of them... okay, so the smallest ones seem like monkeys. Jesus, okay. I would say the smallest ones look like monkeys. The medium ones... I think the medium ones are the ones I'm thinking of. The medium ones kind of look like lions, and then the large ones that are like, you know, the demi-human queen looking ones are... those are maybe more dog-like? I don't know, that's just going off memory. Queens almost look like horse. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking they have like that long muzzle and like those teeth. Just got back from getting my teeth enlarged! I love when, oh god, I can't remember his name right now. Kenan Thompson. I love when Kenan Thompson does, Steve Harvey. Bam. Bam. Oh, also, let's take a break. Have a Snickers. Speaking of teeth... dude needs to get his teeth checked. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at the crowns here, or what's around their necks, but it's it looks like a crown. Also, hold on. Music's just a tad loud. turn it down a little bit more. Alright. Watchdogs annoy the crap out of me. Why do they use glintstone? Well, hold on. I had, like, some kind of idea about that, I think, from some of my research that I've been looking at. So, oh yeah, the golems also use, some of them use magic arrows, and, why wouldn't they? Because, glintstone probably didn't exist or wasn't widely available until after the founding Reign of Stars happened. So it's hard to tell. There's that one stray golem in Caelid that has a magic halberd. Oh yeah. But yeah, like some of them have magic arrows, and there's also like those sword keys. There are those special sword keys, those 3 special ones for the 4 belfries that unlock imp statues. So, I mean, I honestly, I think that, like, the Carians, or something that has to do with, like, the 4 belfries, those groups that are associated with the 4 belfries, I think that they were sort of a alliance, allies, whatever. Maybe they had a shared heritage or something. But I think that they were... Oh, because it... where I just came from. Queens just look like Malekith without armor. Okay, actually, yeah, that is... The queens do look a lot like Malekith without, like, hair and armor. If I remember correctly. Like, their like, feet proportions and stuff all look really similar, too. I actually checked that out. Because I was like, no way. But, like, way. Which kind of makes sense, because, like, you know... Beastmen, demi-humans... Like, it feels like... You know, like, the chart of showing man, like, evolving over time until he's, like, standing up. Feels like there's, like, you know, beastmen at one end, and then demi-humans, and that, yeah, it's like... They all just kind of feel like stages of becoming human. So then why wouldn't the catacombs predate Godfrey's reign? I think that they do personally. Probably anyway. If little things are annoying. Trying to remember how I would do this. In like a... Here we go. Catacombs were made in Godfrey's time. It would have presumably been before Rhea Lucaria was integrated with their glintstone sorcery. Oh yeah, so then why wouldn't the catacombs predate Godfrey's reign? So, right. It's strange that the Carians would not have been incorporated, like they wouldn't have had glintstone stuff. Or, you know, there wouldn't have been any glintstone stuff, or shouldn't have been any glintstone stuff. Sorry. In the catacombs before Radagon married Renala. Like, you wouldn't expect there to be anything from before Radagon's reign in the catacombs if that was the first time that those two parties' interests ever kind of, like, aligned or whatever.
I don't want any
I don't know if that's how you want to say it, but...
All done? Well, be on your way.
Coastal Cave is this way? I think the maker of the watchdogs and imps and golems, or that lineage of making, predates Godfrey. I personally do as well. I think that they are, like, from Far Missoula time, which was from, I think, before Godfrey. That's the most annoying little demi-human fight. Like, I personally think that at some point there was a, like, great tree kind of, like, civilization that came before catacombs were made around great tree or tree roots. Right, like, I am of the opinion that there was a tree that grew very, very large and had a very established root system, and that that tree was, for whatever reason, destroyed. Maybe because America wanted her own tree. And, like, maybe it was burned. Maybe it was cut down. Like, Godfrey's signature weapon is an axe. I'm trying to remember how the hell... I must be passing it. Is this the cave? No. That's not... There we go. I wonder if there's a distinction between heroes' graves and catacombs. That is a good point, because it definitely... I mean, it seems like the heroes' graves are for the distinguished people, but I think that the catacombs and heroes' graves were both built by the same group, since the same, like, you know, golems and whatever kinds of enemies are in there.
Oh, you must leave.
Okay. No, I won't, but thanks, dude. I'm not like you. Hmm. I'll do one more point in health before I start putting points into damage.
Oh.
Architecturally, they're pretty identical. The other big kicker is the Light of Rosas showing a modern Erdtree sigil, which sure it could have been integrated later. So yeah, that is... So I don't know if that's necessarily the modern one. It's called, I think, a symbol of Erdtree worship, and I think that it's possible that, like if a new tree grew from the ashes of the Erdtree, I could see people worshipping it as the same Erdtree, but also a new Erdtree, if that makes sense. Like, I could see the Great Tree being considered, or, you know, the Erdtree is the Great Tree, but also it's a different tree, is, I feel like, very possible. Like, okay, Tomb of Giants. Erdtree worship is more modern than ancient Erdtree sigil. But, like, I think that the ancient Erdtree sigil might just denote that the incantation relates to, like, the ancient life energies inside the, or, like, the ancient life energies that were from that time of the Erdtree, rather than actually being, like, a symbol of worship from that time. Because the symbol that's on Moog's shackle, I mean, isn't even like anything that we've seen. And that's probably from pretty early. I'm just wondering if maybe like Erd Tree worship could have been something that was depicted in very similar ways for like different trees, different but related trees. Like I think that there is a reason. Oh wait, actually, let's look at these dudes. Look at these dudes. So, kind of gross. Don't like those eyes. I mean, yeah, I would guess... See, like, I can't tell if that's something like... Is that dog-like or cat-like? It's kind of hard to tell. That is cool. So wait, where are they getting all these teeth from? What are all these teeth on their backs? I've never thought about that. Is it from the same thing that the Albinorics are getting their ivory from? Oh my god. Thank God. Okay, sorry, that was a little tense for a sec. Okay. Makes me think Erdtree Society appropriate a lot of stuff from ancient societies. I think that it's possible that like Erdtree Society is maybe like built from like layers of people that have like different groups of people having like moved there and living there. Also, yeah, the Light of Rosas. So Rosas is those, you know, those guys that are around like pointing and their light can like lead you to one of the catacombs. Like I was looking at one earlier, but I couldn't activate it. That is Rosas. He's mentioned in Rosas's axe. And there is a message in one of the catacombs that says Rosas's light something about Rosas's light having like showing the weakness and darkness or something like that, I think. I don't remember. It was the only thing that could... It would shine an Erdtree sigil on the ground, and if like a shadow imp walked into it, it would turn solid. It's part of their garb. Right, I mean, I know it's part of their garb, but they had to have gotten those teeth from somewhere. I'm just wondering, I guess, what they could have possibly hunted to get teeth that big. Oh yeah, the sigil, forgot that's from a Rosa statue. I'd be curious to see those up close. Oh, the Rosa statue? I can go check one out in a sec. Chief has a dog-like muzzle. Right, yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking too. But there's a couple, like the ears look kind of like more feline, I think. I have enough for 2. Church of Dragon Communion. There's a lot to say about we find like a setup in Farum Azula that's really like these torches are also found in Farum Azula, and it's in front of a dead ancient dragon just like this. So and a Crucible Knight is standing in front of it, so I'm kind of the opinion that the Crucible Knights, like red gold, came from ancient dragons. Like they took the life from them, and that's how they died. Okay, so now we go to Selen, I guess. Rosa seems like a Deathbird era figure. So you would think that, but like also, you know, we don't know. Deathbirds could be the same era, like that could be the same as the Great Tree era that you know, and I don't know. Um, there's probably a Rosa statue along the way here. Cool. You can use the free... So it's sort of like fast travel, but like the area has to like load and it's kind of weird. Like I'd rather kind of like move there, personally. Like I could just like zoom over there, but it's not it might not load correctly if I'm not like close enough. Damn. Well, that was kind of dumb, but I was hoping I could just grab the item before they killed me. I mean, like how Christianity stole a ton of pagan holidays and symbols when integrating into the rest of Europe? Yes, exactly. Like, I mean, they incorporated worship of the ancient dragons into, like, Erdtree worship. Like, they kind of just kept, like, either stomping stuff out or, you know, making it one with them. Okay, there should be Site of Grace here and a Rosa statue, like, somewhere over there. Can I survive that fall? I do not remember. Why the hell does it feel like there's no proper way to... Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, so these Rosa statues are not the ones that give off the sigil. They are only from like a couple statues underground. But it is something that looks kind of like Grace, if you'll notice, first of all. And something that I think is kind of interesting is that it has 1, 2, 3 finger, like 1, 2, 3 toes with a dew claw. So which is what ancient dragons also have on their back legs. I am kind of the opinion that this might be an ancient dragon in human form, which is why he looks like that. But I don't know. This could also be... Oh, you know what? Oh my god. These, I'm almost positive, this is the same type of being that the worm faces used to be. They're carrying these sticks around that have this exact same decoration that I've been looking for. And they have those weird long necks. I don't know if their feet look like that, but I'll have to check. The lamplight referenced by Helf and Steeple. So, I'm not the lamplight mentioned by Helf and Steeple might be a red light, because there is like a little red light at the end of Helf and Steeple. Let's see. And he shows up there. I think Selen is just over there. So I'm actually of the opinion that there were maybe multiple lampwoods that had different colors of grace, and Marika went around getting rid of them. There's like a red sort of grace-looking light in the Forbidden Lands on the way to the mountaintops. There's like a weird blue grace-like light around certain parts of Raya Lucaria. And then there's also all these weird... I don't have them now, of course. The Two Fingers have all those different, like, weird colors of, like, shadow that can, like, affect people in different ways. Oh, is it, like, on top of where I need to go? So is this Waypoint Ruins? I don't think so, right? Okay, I think it actually might be. This is not ideal. Yeah, it is. You're looking for Selen? Yes. I think Selen's here. I'll have to get some armor eventually. God, when am I gonna use... Stupid. Gotta go through some more dungeons or something. Well, I can kill this thing. There's food for thought. All the heroes' graves have headless statues implying destined death. Wasn't sealed for their creation, possibly. That is interesting. Well, okay. So, being headless doesn't necessarily, like... That's not necessarily why they were headless, now that I'm thinking about it. The headless part is tying them to the earth, because the Karian Troll Knights are also headless. And I think that that's just, like, how they are staying, like, tying their spirits behind it. Stopping themselves from passing forward. I think, in a way, it is stopping their spirits from being able to see a guided grace, probably. Jesus, alright. Almost. Weren't those created after Godwin's half-death? One of them, I think, seems to be sort of dedicated to him, like there's like the one by Lindell. But I think that each of the heroes' graves is sort of like dedicated to a specific hero, maybe? or at least like a group of heroes that fought a like very big, it did something honorable. Damn, okay. Need to be a little bit like safer here. I will just come back to this area. I don't even need to fight Sullen right now. There's another, like a billion other things I want to do, honestly. It's... Okay, so... I will... I guess I could keep making my way towards... I'll go north. Maybe I'll give... Well... Just walk through here. Removal of Destined Deaths. Generally a bit later on than most people might assume. It's based on the fact that a tarnish that served the Glomide Queen was at the round table. I mean, I think that the Glomide Queen's, like, defeat, or death possibly, was the beginning, like, that marked the beginning of the Golden Order. Like, I think that she had control of the Rune of Death, personally, because her sword channeled is... Her great sword is where the Godskins channel their black flame from, and... But once she lost the Rune of Death, like, it lost its power, which kind of implies that the great sword also had the power of the Rune of Death, or it was connected to the power of the Rune of Death while she had it. Maybe it was because... Maybe it was because of her, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but... Possibly afraid of getting permadeathed by Malakath and felt the need to ward away Destined Death despite it being sealed away. But see... I don't know if they're... I guess being headless might still protect them from Destined Death, but I thought that the Eclipsed Sun was the thing that was really, like, their protection against Destined Death. Oh, Rodrigo's here, I think, right? So yeah, I mean, I think that the Glomide Queen was just, like, possibly the queen right before America.
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me.
Oops, one sec.
They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. Only to have their arms taken.
Maybe, but why they need to bind themselves to the land,
legs
obviously it's symbolic,
taken,
but still.
even their
I think that
heads
that is just to,
taken.
like...
Taken and stuck.
Even their
to
heads
the
taken.
spider. Did you know?
So I think
if you're
that
grafted by the spider,
without your
you
head,
become a chrysalid.
or you need your
A
head to
lark when you think about
be
it.
drawn by grace into an afterlife, or drawn into an afterlife, or guided, basically. The Dead Sea guidance. I think that removing your head possibly has the effect of allowing you to live on in death, and that is just being in death might have some effect on allowing them to fight off Destined Death.
You're all on your own, are you?
Or it might just be,
And
you know,
heading to
they want to be
Stormvale
undead so that
Castle?
they can, like, do it forever.
Enticed by the
Or
one
they're
in the
trying to,
right
like,
mask, I
protect, like, the
suppose.
soul of a demigod specifically.
You've come to be one.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
I would think that it's
spider?
to guard,
Well, that makes us two peas in a
because they're, like,
pod.
waiting
But I don't have your courage.
to guide, like, a
It's
spirit
scary,
back
you know,
to
having
a
your
demigod's
arms cut
body or
off,
something, I
or
think.
legs, or your head. I want to
And the
be
fact that
like
she just
everyone
mentioned
else,
that
but
all
I'm
their heads
just
were cut
too
off is...
scared. I'm nothing but a... Oh, I know. Can you take... The poor thing does... And the spirits look rather... It'll be glad of your company, I think.
Spirits?
The little...
Are the spirits in the room with us now?
It was a pleasure to... Oh, can you tell them I love them? I'm finally getting the hang of this whole
Craven.
thing, you know?
But yeah, the Karian troll knights that have their heads cut off, I think that that's just so that they can guard the four belfries forever. I don't know if it's necessarily... It might have been seen as a kind of immortality when Destined Death was not sealed. Like, that was the closest thing an immortal could get to immortality, just being tied to, like, the spirit world where they can protect. Like, maybe. I don't know. Where was I going? I was going... oh. Right, I want to go check out some stuff at the lake here. Because I also want to grab... I want to check out patches. Why would the Karian Troll Knights need to do that? When do you think Destined Death was sealed? I think Destined Death was sealed when the Golden Order began, which happened at the end of the war against the Giants. I think. So I think that that would have been necessary in a time that Destined Death was, like, unbound. Because, you know, if Destined Death is sealed, it does seem like, you know, you wouldn't need to be protected from it, I'd think. Why are Karian Troll Knights guarding the four belfries? The Karian family is associated with, like, Western Liurnia. And I think, and the only old dynasty ruins that are above ground are in Liurnia. I think it's very possible that, like, Renala might have been Renala and the astrologers might have been from... Actually, yeah, I'm talking about this in my, like, script. I think the Renala and the astrologers might have been members of the old dynasty or descendants of them, because I think that the astrologers used night sorcery, and the crest for night sorcery is the same as the bubble sorcery crest that the Claymen use. When I realized that, it locked over so many, like, dominoes for me. So I think that those cultures... I think that the Karians were part of, like, a group of cultures that were all allies. Like, and there's a lot of, like, architectural similarities between, like, Farum Azula and Stormvale.
If it isn't Nereus,
Like, the places that are being linked, basically.
the end is nigh. For you and your sister.
Thanks so much, Yura. Thanks so much. Christ almighty. So, do you think Renala was Karian Queen before Marika's rise to power? Maybe. I think that there might have been more than one queen. Like, there might have been more than one monarch that was sort of just, like, ruling over everything, possibly. Like, there might have been several groups sort of cooperating together. Yeah, okay. can never tell how, like, far I can actually jump down. Renala is the first named queen of Raya Lucaria. Yes, so Renala would definitely be the first queen of, like, Raya Lucaria. But I have, like, kind of reason to believe that the Glowmide Queen might have been one of, like, the Carian daughters. Like, I think it might have been Rena. I think that the reason Ronnie introduces herself as Rena when she sees us, when she first meets us, and the reason that we find the Snow Witch garb in Rena's Rise is because she is literally impersonating Rena after faking her own death. She's impersonating her sister, I think, to avoid being found. So I think it's possible that Rena could have been the Glowmide Queen and was doing her thing, got killed by Marika or something. I'm still not totally clear on that part. VH, I don't think the Glowmide Queen Rena stuff checks out due to Carians not really using faith stuff at all. So, I think that Rena was, like, not... I think that she is... If you think about, like, Rykard, I think that Rena had connections to the volcano as well, like, and the death hexes and stuff. I think that she might have done, like, a faith int combo with, like, the death hexes. The fact that all the god skin stuff is faith is, you know, technically I think because it is, like, worshipping her. But like, it's drawing from, like, her power, like, I think, so that kind of, like, checks out. But also the Glowmide Queen, I think, is not necessarily, like, aligned with the Carian's ideals. Like, you know, she is her own queen, I think, possibly for a reason. She may have decided to go her own way. That was more faith-based. Or, like, a combination of faith and whatever. All destined death stuff is faith scaling. That's true, but I mean, I guess, I don't know if that's because it's, like, drawing power from a rune, and a rune is, like, a faith, an object of faith. I don't know. It's hard to, like, logic some of that stuff out, because I don't even know if it's really meant to be logic, or if it's, like, video gamey. Beyond that, we need to ask about the Glowmide Queen's father. Had to be someone other than Radagon, which is fine. I think that the Carian line was, like, matrilineal, which is why Carian princesses are such a big deal, and Carian princes are never really mentioned. And I also think that Selen is a Carian, so I think that Renala might have had more than one consort, possibly. I don't know if they might not have been a monogamous society, or, you know, if the queen might not have been. Royalty gets their own rules sometimes, as I'm sure you know. Why? This does not... Okay, maybe there's a place I need to jump down to. Maybe I just wasn't seeing it. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I think that Celavis and Selen are both children from the same father, but a different father, not Radagon. And not just because their names start with the same letters, and that's how all the other names work. Shit, pickaxe drop. Celivis and Selen. Yeah, like, right? Like... Then I exploded. Never realized that, right? And, like, I think that that's why he had, like, a body just ready for her, and why, you know, it's called Celivis's Rise, but, he makes it pretty clear that it used to have a different name, and the area is called Three Sisters. And the other two are Rena and Rani, so it's definitely, in my opinion, like a place that the Karian princesses lived. And Selen was kicked out, and Celivis took over her rise. I think that that is why Selen lost her immortality when Radahn set the stars in motion again, because I think that all of the Karians were immortal. Became immortal when that happened, and I think that's why Radahn did it. I think that Radahn, like, I think that having the stars on their side would have benefited the Karian family, but Radahn kind of just wanted immortality. Because Radahn gonna do what Radahn gonna do. An honor said to have once been awarded to Karian knights who served as direct retainers to the kingdom's princesses. Now there is only one princess, Rani, daughter of Renala. Kind of contradicts Selen being a princess. I think that the other princesses have either been, like, disowned or killed. I think that Selen has been disowned as a princess and no longer, like, counts. I think that what the experiments that she did with, like, turning like sorcerers into star seeds would be... I would understand why, you know, that seems like something you would maybe not allow. That sounds like a disgrace to the royal family, honestly. She sullies the name. Fun fact, this dude uses fire sorceries, or fire incantations. Let me see if I can get him to use one. Yet Renala is devoted to the forbidden rite of reincarnation. Right, I think that... And I think that's maybe one of the reasons Selen was kind of pissed. I think that Selen might have known what, like, the Karians knew and thought that, you know, they were holding her back for no reason. Because, like, maybe she knew that Renala was like a hypocrite in some way, and thought that, like, that meant she could be too. But that is guessing. So, what do you think of Celivis as Pidia's puppet? I just think that, like, Pidia is Celivis's little, like, bitch boy, honestly, that, like, watches after, like, the puppets for him. Like, I kind of don't think he... I think that Pidia was probably just, like, a servant for the Karian family, but because, like, Celivis is probably the only one that, like, has a need for him anymore. And might be the only one cruel enough to, like, treat him as, like, a person, just command him around. Not this one, only the guy in Old Altus Tunnel. Wait, what about Old Altus Tunnel? Which guy? Trolls are relatives of giants and fought in the war and betrayed the giants. Trolls in the mountains more readily use their pyromancy. Yes. There aren't many trolls down here that still use fire incantations, especially since, you know, that is forbidden. So that's probably why he's, like, locked away, I guess. I forgot about that. Oh my god. Okay. The troll... Oh, the troll in Limgrave won't use pyromancies. The old Altus Tunnel one does. Gotcha, okay. Thanks. I guess I was getting them mixed up. I don't know if I was aware of that, actually, so... Oh, I need to get the Physic Flask, too. And my Cracked Twiggy tier. I rely on that heavily. No. Not the crab. Get too close to that fire, because that will trigger the Ag Heal fight. Don't want that. Alright, if I could just get my runes back and then level up, I think that everything would be fine. But yeah, actually, I think that Rykard adapting magma sorceries, like that might be why it was significant that he was like the child of Renala. Like it specifies, you know. Like I always assumed it was just because it was saying that, oh, Rykard is knowledgeable in sorcery, so he could do this, but it might be saying that there are like there is a more significant reason, or there's more significance attached to the fact that he is modifying death sorceries than we think.
If it isn't Nereus, the bloody finger, the end is nigh. For you. And your cessblood.
Boom, that was awesome. Thanks for nothing, Yura. Holy god, you were useless. Maybe, like, walk faster and talk less. Alright, so where is Yura? Shouldn't he be around, like, the entrance of this cave somewhere or something? He's in, like, a really weird place. If you... There he is. I think? The fact that Renala made Rykard is shocking to say the least. Oh wait, other way? Damn, okay. I'm actually of the opinion that he was really tall too, like possibly on par with Radahn, because there is a giant throne. Like, okay, so there are two ways to get to Radahn. There are two ways to get to Rykard. You can become a recusant and go through all their trials or whatever, and they'll invite you to meet him. The other way is to make your way through the Volcano Manor and get to this waygate that will take you to the same place that Tanith would. Right before that waygate, in the room, it's the room with the egghead sorcerer snake guy. It's like the one thing that drops the Gelmer staff. There's a huge throne behind him, like way bigger than even like the Elden throne, which is unreasonably big. And by the way, we fit into the Elden throne in the end of the game, if you notice. So we get big. Oh yes, all the levels. Give me the levels. They had to make a small chair for, or maybe we commission a small chair for ourselves. Like, first thing, we gotta get a new chair in here. This is ridiculous, guys. People just aren't shaped like this anymore. How old is this chair? Imagine the person that defeats Godfrey and goes through like all that stuff is just like really whiny.
Just joining the fray.
That would suck.
Tarnished. Well, you fought Nereus and survived.
Thanks to you.
I'm Yura. Tarnished, held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots.
Bro,
who
clear your
stalk their
throat.
own. You stay the path.
Stay the path.
You're certain to face more. Just remember, don't let your emotion. One last word of warning. Stay clear, and it's as fearsome. So, stay clear of them. Be on your way. Perhaps we will.
Okay. This is all you have to say.
Perhaps we will.
Have you ever had a dream that you once Honestly, that is one of my favorite. Great actor. I saw him in Black Mirror. Wait, who? I forgot who I was talking about 5 seconds ago because I can't remember things that happened a million years ago. Oh, Euro's voice actor? Really? Do you happen to know his name? Because, like, I have, like, some bigger voice actors' names memorized. I didn't know that they were... they did other stuff. Though not like Voss, where, like, the guy just looks exactly like him. All right. His name is Sean Dooley. Oh, that sounds very familiar. Interesting. I'll have to look him up later. Nothing comes to mind, but...
Well, well, well. Thought you'd just help yourself.
He was also
to a
in
man's
Misfits.
personal belongings, huh? You little thief.
The Misfits are so good.
Gods demand repentance.
One of the parole
Cough up
officers?
your coin.
Oh,
All of
interesting.
it.
How much do I have to beat the crap out of you for? Yeah. Oh, really?
Wait, please! I surrender! White flag and all!
Okay. Kill his ass, take his clothes. No, he has, like, stuff I want, like the shackle.
Come round, have you? I knew you
Maybe
would.
another
You're a
playthrough.
lady of reason, through and through. Well, what do you know? I took you for a demi-human, an innocent
Okay, yeah,
water.
whatever.
A true lady. I'm pet tarnished like you, only for now. In exchange for
Yeah, give me the stuff.
So don't be. I'll be ready to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I have to reload the area first.
Don't forget to pop back. I'll be ready to.
Unduly. Oh my god. Yeah, Jesus. I don't remember what I've seen him in, but his face looks really familiar. I remember faces a lot better than I remember names. Another... No point in strength, I guess. Let's see, what's, Can I lift something a little heavier? I might prefer a hammer, though. I'll do the pickaxe. Never used it. I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, Dark Souls 1, it's just in some room somewhere. Pickaxe's big bonk. No kidding.
Nice of you to all a bit ad hoc and welcome where you
It's
won't
very
need a reef.
bonk.
Yeah, now they're all suppliers. I mean, but it hardly matters. They're all foot soldiers, survivors of a defeated army, worked to the bone by their high and mighty lord. It's the same old story everywhere I go. To hell with it all.
Is his set the same in every game? Like, I think so, right? I mean, I'm sure that they give it little, like, tweaks and updates. Doesn't really seem like there's anything, like, notable.
Well, it's nothing too
Great for
special.
breaking posture, you'll
Just
get a ton of
something I'm
staggers with it.
saving as thanks.
Yeah, I don't use a lot of
for a
pierce
very
weapons, but
valuable
I
customer. But
they're
then
awesome.
again,
It's kind of like a
would fetch
less
some
common,
spectacular coin.
and
besides,
unless, you know, you're using spears,
this
I guess.
valuable customer could be a long time coming. Huh? Everything is give and take. Give and take.
Actually similar in Elden Ring, but not the same. Gotcha. 5,000. I almost sold that. I'm so dumb. That is not enough. I'll buy something so he doesn't yell at me when I leave. I hate when they do that.
Cheers for that.
Also, whoa, no. I just did so many stupid things there, whatever.
Well, well, well. I should have known, you scheming little thief.
Oh, this will bring me to the physic flask.
Gods demand vengeance.
That's awesome.
Vengeance!
Yeah, speaking of vengeance, I'll see you again real soon, dude. I'll just go this way. Oh no. Such a terrible trap. Oh, can only be escaped by walking to the left. Very generous with patches, send you directly to the map, right? Like... Okay, now we leave. Oh, it's just a regular bear, though. It's not even a mega death bear that will slam through my body like tissue paper. Couple things here. So that is probably a flask. Yes, and this is Sacred Tear. Yes. Age of the Erd Tree. So does that mean that this is like a little bit of sap, I guess? Now we go for the one of the most interesting dialogues that Melina has. Not even a mega death bear, just yell at it and it'll go away.
Words
For real.
of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish. Very well. My lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between.
So
Ye
I have this
will
whole
wage
thing.
war in a land afar,
I
where ye will live.
I call them divine commandments. I
and
think that the
die.
gods,
Well,
like Marika, could give you a
perhaps
command
that might serve
that
you in lieu of a
it's not just that
maiden's
a command that you
guidance.
couldn't disobey. It is it makes you want to do it. Like it fills you with it basically curses you with a desire to. Sorry, one sec. I am snoozing the ads, and my computer just accidentally stopped everything. Jesus. Okay. Think we're good now? Yes, we're good. So, I think that that's what happened to Hugh, for instance. I think that Hugh... We have sound? Yes, we have sound. I think that Hugh was told by Marika, given a divine commandment by Marika, that's to make a weapon that can slay a god. So I think that... why the hell did I bring that up? Oh, right. I think that that is all these places where Melina says, you know, echoes of Marika are here. Marika was here. I think that that is her saying Melina or Marika gave a divine commandment here, and those are the divine commandments that she's giving. I'm not 100% on that, but where just need a few more runes. I'll go up here. Northeast there. Oh, that's right, my character has some clothes now. Some armor. Even if it's just a little. Death Touch Catacombs are near here, I think. Must be this way. But yeah, also if you notice, so this is another one of the reasons. So, you know, I mentioned that I think that the people that created the golems, that whole society, that is the society that was connected by the 4 belfries. I think that the 4 belfries are our best connection to whoever created the golems and the imps and the Erdtree Burial Watchdogs. One of the places that that the 4 belfries goes to is the Chapel of Anticipation, which used to be a part of Stormvale. And where are there just an absolute... not any down here? That's crazy. There are where do there happen to be a ton of dead golems? But, like, up there, right next to Stormvale. I don't know if they're this far out. I think that there are. I'm about to get invaded, though. Hurry up. Poor Viking ghost. Who? I don't know who you mean. Wait a second. Oh, recusant. He's a recusant. So why... I never really thought about why is there a recusant here where we also do one of our first invasions. He works for Gideon. He's the dude that gets eaten. Really? I did not know that. How do we know that? Waiting for them to release the Brave set. I really hope that they make the Brave set a thing, because it will, in my opinion, confirm a connection that I have been suspecting for a little while. So I think that the Warriors of the Badlands are they are the Tarnished that left, that they didn't exist before the Tarnished left, I think. I think that they were the Kaiden before they... Oh, I don't have that stuff. I think that they were the Kaiden, and they were sellswords, and then they, eventually when they were exiled, they became the Badland Warriors. Because if you look at the Kaiden helmet and the Braves helmet, they are, like, almost exactly the same. But yeah, here's wreckage of all this destroyed golem stuff next to the Divine Tower stuff. And I think there's more by Stormvale, but... Gideon's spy in Volcano Manor, his shirt. So I do know that there is a person in Volcano Manor that one of his spies got eaten. But I was wondering how we knew it was Henricus, or Henricus. He's wearing an I Heart. He's got the tree surcoat on. Where's his jersey on a spy mission? He's got Gideon's surcoat. Oh, okay. I thought it was the tree surcoat. Okay. I thought I could maybe find... Oh, yeah, and here's... There happened to be some Kaiden work... I never thought about that. The Kaiden also kind of work more specifically with Godric's guys, right? Am I wrong? I might be wrong about that. But if that's true, that could have something to do with like the golden lineage having a connection to the Kaiden as well. Like that could have something to do with him holding on. I know that they're sellswords, but like I feel like some people of the Erd Tree would maybe look down on them for some reason. And like they wouldn't, I don't know if they're used by every faction, but I think that maybe Marika was using the Kaiden as sellswords in her like wars, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. The Kaiden are mercenaries. They work for whoever rents their services. It's what they do. So I do want to like look into who they actually work with, though. I do want to look into who they actually work with, because I really feel like there is some kind of... If they work with multiple groups, then there's probably no connection. But if it's just Godric, then it might have something to do with him holding on to the glory of the old lineage. Anyway, so it is 8:02. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Really enjoyed playing Elden Ring again after, like, forever. I missed the game, and I'm having a great time. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.